let's get more on some stocks on the move from Stephanie Hughes of Bloomberg. Stephanie, great to see you. Thanks for joining us. Can you start off with Capstone Copper?
I most certainly can, Andy. So Capstone Copper shares were up as much as 3.4% today. That's the biggest intraday gain in about 2 weeks, and it was because yesterday the copper miner announced that its Monte Verde project reached commercial production just last month. So management added that their copper grades and recoveries at the Chile project were expected to match or even surpass the targets that they laid out in this stage of the production ramp up. Further to that announcement, the company also flagged some management changes that would have CEO John McKenzie transition out of that role and into a chair role, and to be replaced by President and Chief Operating Officer Cashel Meagher by next May. TD Cowen's Craig Hutchison said that his team expects that the timing and succession plan would be well received by the market. And while Capstone management reiterated that 2024 production is trending towards the lower end of its guidance range, the news after the bell yesterday was enough to prompt two analysts, including TD Cowen, to raise their price targets, and apparently for a few traders to jump in earlier today there, Andy.
Okay, and then what's going on with International Petroleum?
So yeah, International Petroleum, those shares jumped up as much as 6% today. That was enough to put it on top of the best performers list on the TSX. And there's two things going for it today. So first off, the company is extending gains from earlier this week. Yesterday, it mentioned its stock buyback plan that it had repurchased over 138,000 shares in total last week. It also rallied on price oil gains stemming from the heightened tensions in the Middle East and what that expansion of tensions might mean for crude oil supplies. So West Texas Intermediate was up by nearly 4% at its highest point today before paring some of those gains after there was enough data coming out of the U.S. Stockpiles that to suggest that stockpiles would be high enough to keep the market supplied and would be able to absorb some of the impacts stemming from these potential disruptions coming out of the Middle East. Of course, this had been triggered by Iran's missile attack on Israel and earlier this week, which swiftly drew a promise of retaliation from Benjamin Netanyahu there, Andy.
Thank you very much, Stephanie. Bloomberg, Stephanie Hughes there with some stocks on the move.